In this way, Govardhan Puja was complete. And Govardhan Hill became a favorite place for Krishna's pastimes. In Srimad Bhagavatam, one Gopi, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, identifies her as Srimati Radharani, the supreme ultimate devotee. She glorifies Govardhan Hill. He is Haridas Bharya. He is the best of all devotees of Krishna. Why? Because he knows how to please the heart of Krishna the most, by giving pleasure to all Krishna's devotees. Giriraj, covered with grass for the pleasure of the cows. This grass is so soft that it never cuts the tongue of the cow. Just the feeling, the texture of the grass gives ecstasy to the cow. And the grass is so sweet, like nectar. And not only that, it is so nourishing that when the cows eat this grass, they are free of all diseases and in perfect health. And also, because of the nectarine quality of this grass, it fulfills the innermost desire of the cows. And what is that? To produce such nectarine, delicious milk for Krishna to drink. And Govardhan Hill has so many caves. Each of these caves is filled with luminous jewels. Even there's thrones for Radha and Krishna Balaram to sit on. The caves are cool in the summer and warm in the winter, and very, very quiet and secluded for Krishna when he is with his gopis or gopas to enjoy. And there are lakes and waterfalls at Govardhan Hill. The waterfalls are like the tears of ecstatic love for Krishna flowing from Shri Giriraj. And each of the lakes, the water is not just water, it is pure nectar, putting to shame even the nectar that the demigods long for, and gives nourishment and full satisfaction to the cowherd boys, the cowherd girls, the cows, the bulls, and the calves when they drink these waters. And the rocks of Govardhan Hill, whenever Krishna or any of his associates step on the rocks, they become soft like butter. In the winter they are warm, in the summer they are very cool. In this way, Govardhan is the best devotee of Krishna, because Govardhan knows how to fulfill all the desires of Krishna and his devotees. Govardhan. Vardhan means to give pleasure to Krishna's cows. Govardhan is simultaneously Krishna himself, but in the role of a devotee, in the mood of the servant of the servant of the servant of Lord Krishna. Jayadev Goswami in his Gita Govinda describes the Vasant Rasa Lila. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadev Goswami tells us about the Sharat, Kartik Ras Lila. In the autumn season, Krishna stands under the Bamsibat tree, under the river, on the banks of river Yamuna, and calls gopis. In the season of Bashant, or the spring, there is a place called Rasastali on the Govardhan Parikrama, where Krishna plays his flute and attracts the gopis to come there. And they perform their Ras Leela throughout the whole area of Sri Govardhan Hill. During the day, Krishna would perform his Leela with the cowherd boys at Govardhan Hill and play so many beautiful games. And in the evenings, he would have his Ras Leela with the gopis. Sri Rupa Goswami explains that in the universe, the holiest place is earth, because the Lord descends so many times. And in all of earth, the most sacred place is India, Bharatvarsha, because so many incarnations has personally manifested their pastimes there. And of all of India, the greatest of all places is Mathura, because Krishna manifests himself there in his original form in Gokul. And in all of the Mathura Mandala, Vrindavan is the holiest places. It is the holiest of all forests, because in the forest of Vrindavan, Krishna performs his Ras Leela and most intimate pastimes. And in all of the forest of Vrindavan, the holiest of all holy places is Govardhan, because there the most confidential reciprocations of love take place. And at Govardhan, the holiest place is Radha Kund, the holiest of all holy places. Govardhan is said to be the shape of a peacock. Radha Kund and Shama Kund are like the eyes of the peacock. Punchari is like the tail of the peacock. Dangati is like the neck of the peacock. The Govardhan Parikrama is so special. At Kusum Srovar, Narada Muni took his bath, and by the nectaring waters of Kusum Srovar, he took the form of a gopi, Naradi Gopi, to experience the love of a gopi with Krishna as a maidservant of Srimati Radharani. And just close to there is Narada Kund, where he wrote Narada Bhakti Shastra. At Uddhava Kund, Uddhava came with the queens of Dwarka and manifested through his narration of Krishna's pastimes, fulfilled all of their desires. Yes, Govardhan Hill is the ultimate residence for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Not necessarily physical, but our great acharyas in their heart of hearts have prayed for residence at the foot of Shri Giriraj. And so many of our acharyas had done their worship there. Should I speak 2-3 more minutes? Lord Chaitanya, he kept a Govardhan Shila on his heart. One sannyasi named Shankar Ananda Saraswati came from Vrindavan and presented Lord Chaitanya 2 gifts, Giriraj Shila and a Gunjamala. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri was in his highest ecstasies of love, he would put that Gunjamala around his neck and hold the Govardhan Shila to his heart. Press Giriraj to his eyes, to his forehead. He would smell the body of Giriraj. And he would say, in the mood of Radha's love, this is Krishna's personal body. That Giriraj Shila was constantly wet with the tears of Lord Chaitanya's love for 3 years. Seeing the love, the selfless devotion, and the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami, Lord Chaitanya gave these two gifts to him. His Govardhan Shila and the Gunjamala. And taught him how to worship. He said, very simple. Just offer pure scented water and tulsi manjaris. 8 tulsi manjaris with 1 tulsi leaf on each side of each one. If you offer with sincere devotion, Krishna will be pleased and Giriraj will fulfill all your desires. Seeing how sincerely he was worshiping Giriraj, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Swarup Damodar Goswami to arrange very fine sweetmeats to be offered. Kaji and Sandesh. Raghunath Das Goswami would be supplied by Govinda and worship them. Worship Giriraj. Raghunath Das Goswami was thinking in his heart of hearts, when Lord Chaitanya gave me his Govardhan Shila, he granted me eternal residence at Govardhan Hill. And by giving me this Gunjamala from Brajbhumi, he has given me the shelter and the mercy of Srimati Radharani. After Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu closed his pastimes on this earth, Raghunath Das Goswami went to Govardhan with the intention to jump off to end his life. But first he asked for the blessings of Rupa and Sanatan Goswamis. He said, no one knows the Antya Lila of the Lord's pastimes like you. You must stay with us, be one of us as brothers, and every day recite Lord Chaitanya's pastimes and teachings. At Govardhan Hill on the banks of Sri Radha Kund, Raghunath Das Goswami for at least 3 hours every day spoke the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who was living there, compiled Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita on the basis of what he heard from Raghunath Das Goswami at Govardhan Hill on the banks in Shamakund and Radha Kund. Jiva Goswami has his Bhajan Kutir. Gopal Bhatta Goswami has his Bhajan Kutir. Rupa Goswami would do his bhajan there. At Manasi Ganga is the Bhajan Kutir of Sri Sanatan Goswami. Every day he would do parikrama of Govardhan. Even when he was very old. He would write his books there at Manasi Ganga also. It is said that the mosquitoes were tormenting him at night and was interfering with his service. So he decided to go to another part of Vrindavan. But just where he was staying was the ancient temple of Chakaleshwar Mahadev. The Shiva Lingams were originally installed by Vajranath, the great-grandson of Krishna. When Lord Shiva understood that Sanatana Goswami may leave him, he approached the demigod in charge of mosquitoes and ordered him, no mosquitoes should ever come here while Sanatana Goswami is here. And then Lord Shiva disguised himself as a Brahmin and said, please Sanatan, just stay one more night. I think no more mosquitoes will come. And not a single mosquito ever came to disturb Sanatana Goswami. Even in his old age, his love for Sri Giriraj Govardhan, he would perform the full parikrama. And at a certain point, it was so difficult because he was in his 80s. That Krishna appeared to him and said, you don't have to go all the way around. He said, no, it is my love, it is my devotion. So Lord Krishna played his flute and stood on top of a rock of Govardhan. And as he played his flute, the Govardhan Shila melted and his footprint entered into that rock. And Krishna carried that Govardhan Shila back to Sanatana Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. And he said, if you circumambulate this Shila 7 times, it will be as good as worshiping Giriraj. Sanatana Goswami, on the day of Guru Purnima, gave up his earthly Leela at Govardhan, at Manasi Ganga. And because he was so dear to all the Brijabasis, they loved him so intimately because he was so compassionate, so personal, so friendly with everyone, without discrimination. The whole Braj Bhumi practically considered Sanatana Goswami their guru. On the day he left, to honor him, hundreds and thousands of Brijabasis did parikrama of Shri Giriraj. And to this day, Guru Purnima is the largest day for Govardhan parikrama. Brijabasis from all villages come on that day. It's practically a constant line of kirtans and singing. And once we asked a Brijabasi, why on this particular day, more than even Govardhan Puja, do Brijabasis perform this parikrama? They said, because this is the disappearance day of the Guru of Braja, who worshipped Giriraj by doing this parikrama. And Srila Prabhupada, when he was his last days in Vrindavan, he also expressed his desire to go on Govardhan parikrama. He wasn't able to walk. He was emaciated. There was only bones covered by skin. Physically, he was in such a condition. But he said, I want to do Govardhan parikrama. But you cannot walk. Prabhupada said, have Lokanath Goswami arrange ox carts, bullock cart, and I will go around on bullock cart. That's the way the gopis used to go do Govardhan parikrama, on bullock cart. The doctor expressed to Prabhupada and the devotees, if he does this 100%, he will die. He cannot survive. So much jostling, so many holes in the road, ox cart, the sun, everything. He will die. But Prabhupada was determined to do Govardhan parikrama. And some devotees were, yes, let's take him. And other devotees were, Prabhupada, please don't go, he will die. He shouldn't die just being jostled to death. Just let us all chant for you. And they were also hoping he would get better. They were still hoping and praying, hope that he could get better. But this would have ended everything. So there was a debate. And devotees were in severe anxiety. They were weeping and crying, Prabhupada, please don't do this. And Prabhupada's dear god brother, Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj came. And Prabhupada smiled and said, see how much they love me. But by Prabhupada's intent, he revealed to the world how he was following in the footsteps of the greatest acharyas. The ultimate importance of Govardhan Hill in our sampradaya. Because Krishna himself, who is Haridas Varaya, who is giving the greatest pleasure to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada taught devotees in temples all over the world how to celebrate Govardhan Puja. To people in the West, worshiping mountains, they don't know about this. But now there are hundreds and thousands, millions of people all over the world on this day today, in China, in Africa, in Australia, in Siberia, in Moscow, Ukraine, in all the European cities, South America, even America. On this day, grand festival of making mountains of prasad, following perfectly in the footsteps of Krishna. Wonderful abhishekams wherever there's a Govardhan Shima. Dancing, joyful, feasting, and especially the ecstatic Sankirtan of the holy names. And today we have the ultimate fortune of being in Sri Mayapur Dham to celebrate Govardhan Puja.